I wanted to do this quick video because the past week has been extremely intense and very interesting for a lot of people around the world. It seems as though the masculine is actually having some kind of energy around it, some kind of fear or perhaps pain. You know, maybe it is a representation of what's happening in the world. Maybe all of the masculine that are on the top layers of our, quote, society, the, quote, elite of the humanity, are actually afraid that they are losing their grip. Why am I saying this? The reason why I'm saying this is because with my beautiful partner, I had an experience with her recently where I was bringing a lot of insecurity, a lot of fear, and a lot of very bizarre energy to our union. And I will always forever be extremely grateful to her because she helped me through it and she understood when I was doing and saying things that were a little bit off and strange and not like my usual character. So I know she'll watch this and I love you dearly and thank you so much for that. But it is so important that we realise that if any of you are experiencing this with your partners or just people in your life, that you have a look at this idea now. It's very important I say this because I may have actually sort of pushed the blame onto my partner out of some fear, but through the vast majority of the interaction I said that I knew it was me, I knew that it was what I was doing, what I was saying, I knew that the energies were coming from me, and that was really important. I took as much responsibility as I could with the emotions that I was feeling. So whoever you're with, if they're aggressively attacking you from this, that's a different story. Because, you know, I wouldn't want to bring my anger or any other horrible emotion to her. I just wanted, you know, for me it was obviously quite an intense, bizarre, strange insecurity and fear. So if you're experiencing this with any men or even women who are heavily in their masculine, right, very important, the masculine energies are not to do with men or women, it's to do with people who predominantly sit in their masculine energy, okay? I am balanced with both my energies, but I do predominantly sit in my masculine, perhaps, well, I don't know, I move into both. So, but I have a very good connection with my masculine, let's put it that way. So because I have this very good connection with my masculine, I was feeling this, right? I was feeling it massively. I was feeling it in a really, really big way. So I very fortunately had a lady in my life who supports me through a lot of it and stands with me, which was phenomenal. And if you don't have that, please give yourself time, okay? And if you're a man and you're listening to this, give yourself time. And if you're a woman who's in your masculine listening to this, give yourself time. Because really and truly, if it's really out of your character, chances are that there is also something else that may be playing a part, right? If it's out of nowhere, if it's out of the blue, you know, and it's like, okay, what's this all about? If that's happening to you, it could be due to this. And that's why I'm doing this video, because now I've heard 3 people, including me, who have actually gone down this path as well and have had like these bizarre emotions and reactions to I don't even know what. So what do we do with this information? What does this mean? If you're a guy and you're experiencing this, don't come from anger. Or at least try your absolute best not to come from anger with anybody in your life. If you're feeling fear and feeling insecure, try to communicate that in a way that allows the other person to actually give you some feedback. Okay, because if you're communicating it with aggression and violence even, you're never going to get the answers you're looking for. You have to, the minute that I was feeling it, I sat straight into my feminine. And I sat straight into the softer side of things, because that's kind of like a thing. One of my vows is to never sit in my anger or fire when I'm doing that. Or again, to the best of my ability not to do so, because I knew it was me, right? I knew it was me that had instigated it, that it was I who had instigated it. So for a lot of you, that can just be something to really think about, and something to really process, because there's a lot going on in the world. All right, there is a lot going on in the world, and it's stirring the collective consciousness. It's so important you realize we are collectively connected. Okay, I'm going to say that again. We are collectively connected to each and every one of us around the world. We're connected to each other. So therefore, if there are hundreds of thousands of people experiencing a very similar emotion, there is a chance that other people around the world will feel that as well. So this is why we have to have a look at these ideas, because especially with the fifth dimensional Earth, right? This idea of a higher dimensional Earth, we are moving into a connected consciousness where we will be able to feel each other more than we are now, where we can feel our love, feel our compassion, feel if anything is wrong so we can work through it together. So it's really an important thing to consider and think about, because have you seen what's been going on in the world, right? It's shifting. Things are shifting very quickly, things are shifting very intensely. So we must, to the best of our ability, again, I said it about 8 times this video, center ourselves. Connect with ourselves, ask ourselves, is it really me? Is this me? Is what's going on? You know, what is going on here? And then sit down, process it, and move through it. And again, because the beautiful woman who's in my life, I pushed a lot of it onto her. So we have to be very aware of our balance and where we are as well. Because if I wouldn't have wanted to upset her, I wouldn't have wanted to make her feel bad by me doing it. And I have an insecurity where if I've caused pain to somebody I love really deeply, then it's like, I've got to go and fix it, So, but that's just something with me. But there are many different facets to this. And if you can at least approach it with the understanding of, all right, this could very well be me, it's coming from me, or this is happening. Let me sit down and look at every angle, every single angle, as best as you can. Okay, and if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. We can have sessions to work through this, but this is happening to a few people. So to me, it seems very, very interesting that that's happening. So I hope that helps you with how to kind of deal with it, how to process it. If you have somebody in your life that understands and is with you, fantastic. If you don't, I'm here. We can maybe work together on this and we can go through this. That's entirely up to you. It's an option, and I love to do it, so it's available for you there. But just stay focused on you and how you're feeling and your actions. Try your best to work through it. Try your best to go through it, and we'll get through this. It is a temporary blip that will resolve itself and it will come around. And I have a feeling no matter what, it's still for the better, because we're moving into it, we're feeling it, and we're processing it. So my deepest love to all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it gave you some respite. I hope that if you're feeling it, that you can take a breath and breathe it out and feel it and go through it and process it. And my deepest love and light to you. Take care of yourselves, my brothers and sisters. I will see you in the next video.